Welcome to the Duke Diabetes Program tutorial for Recovery Record. In this study, you are being asked to use a mobile app called Recovery Record and give us feedback about it. The Recovery Record app is designed for individuals with eating disorders who are trying to recover. We plan to adapt this app to help individuals with type 1 diabetes who are struggling with their management because of binge eating, overeating, insulin omission, or other difficulties. Even if you do not have these problems yourself, you can be part of the solution by downloading this app and trying it out for 7 days and giving us feedback. If you haven't already, please take a moment to download the Recovery Record app now. You can access the app from the Google Play Store or from iTunes. If you have any trouble, you can visit the Recovery Record website at www.recoveryrecord.com. Feel free to pause this video and return when you're downloaded and ready to take a look at Recovery Record's features. Okay, let's get started. Let's take a look at some of Recovery Record's features. As we go through the instructions, you will see mostly images from an Android device. However, if you're using an iPhone, you may notice differences in the screen displays, wording, or order of selections. This is the Recovery Record home screen. Don't worry if the background picture you see is different. Just like many features of the app, you can personalize your screen to display your favorite images. From the Recovery Record home screen, you can log your thoughts, your feelings, or a meal. You can also access the other app features by clicking on the icon in the upper left-hand corner. This icon looks like 3 parallel lines, and it is the main Recovery Record menu. First, let's set up your profile. This is how we'll know that you're part of the Duke study. You will enter the ID number given to you during your first survey. Click on the icon in the upper left-hand corner to display the main menu. Then click on Profile. Under the label First Name, please enter the ID number that was provided to you when you registered for the study. Under Email, please enter the generic email duke@rrstudy.com. We will use these 2 pieces of information to identify you as a study participant. If you have any trouble entering this information, please contact us. Okay, now we're going to help you personalize Recovery Record for you and your diabetes management. To set up your initial preferences, return to the main menu and click on Settings under the heading Personalize. Settings is marked with a round gear icon. When you click on Settings, you will see a list of options. Most of these options are about your mealtime reminders and logs. For the purposes of this study, we will ask you to use the mealtime reminders and then after eating log your meals and snacks. So let's personalize this feature to your typical eating patterns. First, let's set up the time that you'd like to receive your mealtime reminders. Click on Reminder Times. You will see a list of meals and snacks. Indicate what time you would like to receive your reminder for each meal and snack. Because you have type 1 diabetes, you may find it helpful to choose a time that is 15 to 30 minutes prior to your meal to allow enough time to check your blood sugar and dose insulin prior to eating. You can also disable the reminder for any meals or snacks you do not typically eat. Returning to the Settings menu, click on Discrete Reminders. Here you can choose to have your mealtime reminder be something a little more discreet, like buy a gift for Cindy at lunch. Or you can enter your own text. If you enter your own text for reminders, you can personalize it to remind you to check your blood sugar or include an encouraging statement about eating, checking your blood sugar, or dosing insulin. Okay. Now let's personalize your meal log questions. From the Settings menu, you will see an option to customize log questions. You will see a list of log questions that can be turned on or off. Some of these questions are about eating disorder behaviors, like using laxatives or vomiting. When we adapt the app for type 1 diabetes, we plan to include a question about intentional insulin omission for weight control. Other questions ask about hunger levels and emotions. From this screen, you can turn off any questions that are not relevant to you. Take a moment to look through the meal log questions and turn off any log questions that are not relevant to you. Recovery Record is now set to remind you about meals or snacks, using the messages that you have chosen. Recovery Record is also now set to ask you only the questions that are relevant to you when you log a meal. Now let's take a closer look at a meal log. Return to the Recovery Record home screen and select Log Meal. Scroll through the meal log to familiarize yourself with the questions. You will notice a free text box labeled, "What did you eat or drink?" Here you will describe your meal or snack. You will also include the amount of insulin you administered, and if you like, you can include your carb counts, blood sugar, and whether you needed to take a correction dose as illustrated in the example. When we make the final adaptations to the app, there will be a special place to log this information. When you log a meal, you will be asked about your feelings. You will also have a place to log your thoughts, and you can record anything here, including thoughts and feelings about diabetes. You can also log your thoughts and feelings anytime between meals and snacks. Logging thoughts and feelings can increase self-awareness in a positive way. And the more you log, the more familiar you will be with the app, and the more rewards you'll earn. As you log meals and snacks, Recovery Record rewards you with puzzle pieces that reveal special prizes selected just for Recovery Record users. The Recovery Record app provides you with the option to set personal goals. You can use goals that already exist in the app, or you can set your own goals. For example, you might have the personal goal of increasing your blood glucose monitoring, or taking your nighttime insulin, or eating lunch, or a number of other goals. Recovery Record will track your goal and provide you with rewards for completing it. If you'd like to set up a goal, click on the icon for the main menu to the Recovery Record features again, and then click on Manage Goals. Manage Goals is marked with a flag icon or a trophy icon. Click on Clinical and add a clinical goal. In Step 1, you'll be asked to name the goal and give it a description. For example, individuals who struggle with their diabetes management might set a goal to dose their long-acting insulin or start checking their blood sugar with more regularity. If you want to use one of Recovery Record's existing goals, you will click on the box at the bottom of the screen labeled Use Template. Here you will find templates for general goals. These are not diabetes specific yet, but they're relevant to lots of people and might be relevant to you as well. After you complete steps 2 and 3, click Add a Goal, and then let Recovery Record go to work for you. Wherever you are, Recovery Record will send you a personalized reminder to help you achieve the goals you set for yourself. Recovery Record provides coping skills when people are struggling with difficult thoughts or feelings generally, or specifically related to their eating and diabetes self-care. These coping skills are always available for your review, but they can also be programmed to come up when you log a difficult thought or a feeling, or you have an urge to engage in behaviors that are destructive or unhealthy. To get started, click on Your Coping Skills or Tactics from the Recovery Record main menu. Then click the box at the bottom of the screen labeled Add a Coping Skill or Tactic. If you select Use a Template, you will get a list of skills that are already loaded in Recovery Record. You can explore skills in different domains, such as in the area of emotion regulation or mindfulness. When you find a coping skill that you like, select the skill, and then you can customize it and add it. You can also create your own coping tactics using the free text box. If you like, you can tell Recovery Record to display your skill at a particular time. For example, when you're feeling anxious. Just click on a skill from your own list and set the conditions of which you'd like to see the skill by selecting Auto Show Conditions. For example, if you find that you're more likely to overeat when you're feeling anxious, tell Recovery Record, if I report anxiety, show me this coping skill. And that's it. Now Recovery Record will remind you of your selected coping skill the next time you report being anxious. Your selected coping skills are always displayed on the same page as your affirmations following your log entry. Now that you are familiar with Recovery Record and its key features, play with it on your own. Set it up to work best for you, and then start logging. You'll receive an email with a link to your daily survey. Your responses will help us help others, and you'll be entered into a drawing for an Amazon gift card for every survey you complete. Okay, that's it. Let's get started.